Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers recap and analysis of their big Monday night win 24-17 over the Indianapolis Colts. Nice primetime victory for the Steelers. Let's talk about what led to the W. Starting with the Steelers offense, and certainly for a period of time, it felt like you had a repeat of the Bengals game. A decent start overall, still some missed chances, but second half, third quarter in particular, really felt like things had fallen flat. I thought, overall, the story of the game was some of the unsung heroes in the run game. You promote Anthony McFarland to replace the injured Jalen Warren. Najee Harris battling that abdominal injury is out by halftime, and you have Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland making those plays in the run game just to have some consistent downhill run game and approach, and staying relatively on schedule was really important in this game, finishing some of these drives off. Certainly an area that Pittsburgh has to improve upon. Their red zone offense, I think, overall better against the Colts. So just really nice. A little bit of football justice for guys like Benny Snell, who's been gritting his teeth on special teams for a couple years, not really his whole career, but really moved into a more reserve role starting last season. And Anthony McFarland, who certainly has had a turbulent and disappointing NFL career so far, but made some plays and made plays in space and just took advantage of that chance, something we talked about earlier in the week. And so that was just really good to see for him. Thought Kenny Pickett had his ups and downs, but he finished the game well, didn't get rattled by some of the early game mistakes that I think he had. He's done a really good job at taking care of the football, and that's been an obvious reason why Pittsburgh's been more competitive and won two of their last three coming out of the bye week. George Pickens making plays, Pat Freiermuth making plays on third down post-catch. Stuff I thought was really impressive for Pat Freiermuth. So just overall, still a lot of work to do. Still not playing that complete game with that really quiet dud of a third quarter, but you picked things up in the fourth quarter before things got too out of hand. The Colts take the lead, and Pittsburgh comes right back. So overall steps, Colts, of course, not a great team, but just like having that somewhat consistent run game, that downhill approach. Kudos to Snell, kudos to McFarland, and just taking good care of the football. If you do those things, you're going to be in a lot of games. Defensively, just putting the clamps on the Colts in the first half of this game. The run defense was good. The corners, I thought, made plays, especially in the first half. Talked so much about the need for these corners to step up in some of these 1v1 man coverage situations. James Pierre, the interception. Levi Wallace driving, breaking on the football. Two breakups. Minkah Fitzpatrick cutting crossers, things like that. The run game, really a non-factor for the Colts in the first half. They found traction in the second half. They were getting their downhill run game going. Jonathan Taylor pushing the pile forward, things like that. That's in part due to the really porous kick coverage team, which has been an issue for a couple weeks. It's not been a new thing. I really think even since the bye, there's been some hiccups there. It got worse against the Bengals and obviously was terrible against the Colts, and that was a big reason why they got back into this game, eventually briefly took the lead. But defense made the final stand, and that's the important thing. I thought the pass rush overall, not quite as good as I thought it would be or expected it to be, but man, Alex Highsmith taking over that last drive with a sack on first down, a tackle on a later down that set up, I believe, the fourth down or somewhere around there, and then the bull rush to pressure Ryan, force the incompletion on fourth down to win it. So Highsmith making clutch plays in big situations. He stepped up tonight. TJ Watt, to be honest, was pretty quiet. Now, he had a tougher matchup. Their right tackle was better than the left tackle for the Colts, but Watt was not really impactful tonight, and Highsmith was not either until that last drive, but he made those plays, and that's what matters. Some other positive things on special teams. Again, kick coverage, big issue. This team certainly missing Miles Boykin, Danny Smith not having this unit ready, and that's certainly a reflection of him, but Matthew Wright hitting his field goals, including a 52-yarder. It barely went in, doinked in, but they all count the same. Isaiah Loudermilk, a field goal block. That was important, but Pittsburgh, despite not really winning field position or not always taking advantage of their own field position, you think about the Pierre interception, not getting enough points out of that, still found ways to win. And the Colts, again, not a good team, just Saturday at the end with a timeout usage. Who knows what was happening there, but I just like the team effort. I mean, it was midway through the second quarter, and 7 different Steelers had caught a pass, and 4 different guys had rushed the football, so you really felt like it was that team approach. It was not just one guy tonight. George Pickens, again, like to see his well-rounded game continue, and Alex Highsmith finishing things off late. So Pittsburgh 4-7, going to Atlanta on a short week. That won't be easy for a variety of reasons. The Falcons not a fantastic team, but they're going to pose their own problems with the run game and a 4-headed attack, plus their quarterback in the run game. That'll be a challenge, but focus on the here and now, and it's just always good to get a win. When you stay up as late as you guys do. If you're listening to this as the game ended, if you're up till midnight, I'm up until 3 a.m., working and stuff like that. It's a lot more fun to do that in a win than a loss. So as ugly as it looked at times, you kind of expected that. Two teams with the bottom-ranked offenses just happy to get a win. So those are my quick thoughts. I'm sure I missed things. We'll review and go over things when the All-22 comes out, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. If you could like this video and also subscribe to this channel, I'd really appreciate that. Again, thank you for listening and watching, and we'll talk to you soon.